Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to bring the review for My Hero Academia Manga chapter 412. So the fight is still raging on. I'm not gonna lie, I think reading it is what's making it not exciting because there's a lot of destructive things going on, and I feel like that doesn't really what's the word I'm looking for? Translate well on paper, whereas if you see it visually, it'd be like more hype and that kind of thing as well. So I don't think it's translating well reading it in manga format, but it is what it is. And we see a lot of, Deku. He's done it in the past, he's doing it again, showing that he's smart, he's intelligent, he's not the typical kind of dumb protagonist that you usually get, the main protagonist that you usually get. And you see him, just utilizing his quirks to make his attack stronger, better, more potent, whichever way you want to phrase it. Probably all of the above. And it's basically through this and through the tagline at the very end of the chapters, just making me believe that. But at the end of the day, worst case scenario, and I've said it before, Deku is not alive at the end of the series. That's worst case scenario. This chapter has brought a new possibly scenario into the mix for me, and that is for the fact that he could just end up, back at square one. Quirkless, but worse off. When I say worse off, I mean, like some sort of long-term injury. Be it he is crippled or partly crippled or whatever, but just some sort of long-term injury. Because we saw it at the very beginning of the series, every time he used his quirk, one for all, broken bones. And we see him just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And even as he's getting more controls, there's still times where he's just pushing and pushing and pushing his body. And he is still doing so. So I would not be surprised. First and foremost, I'm in the camp that he's not alive at the end of the series. But now there has sprouted a new route within me where he could possibly be alive at the end of the series, but just quirkless and disabled in some shape or form. And that's simply because of the end tag of this chapter. But speaking of the end tag of this chapter, I was like, what do you mean? It's time for him to give up one for. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. But I don't have anything more else to say about this chapter. Yes, it was action-packed, but we are actually still going nowhere very fast. And for me personally, what makes a good fight is like, it doesn't even have to be the hand-to-hand combat, but just the choreography of how the fight plays out. And I don't feel like, obviously there is choreography in the general sense for this fight, but I don't think it's good choreography. In all honesty, the fight is boring, and it's good enough to escape the fact that we are going nowhere fast when you look at it on a surface level, but when you deep it, you realize just how not good it is. So it's for those reasons I'm going to give this chapter a 2-star rating. And like, oh guys, before I look off, actually, one thing I did find very interesting, well, not very interesting, but partially interesting, is the fact that we have is it the grandmother of Shiggy? I forgot what like iteration of the 1-4 she is, but even she has given up on Shiggy, and she's like to Deku, like, yo, just dead him. Just dead him, like he's beyond save him, just dead him. And obviously Deku's not going to change how the way he is. He's been this way from birth, or the chapter goes to great lengths to just show us that as well. Like, Deku has been thinking this way since, I feel like it was unnecessary as well, waste pages if I'm honest. Deku's been this way from he's a child, he just feels like he can save everybody, and he's still that way now. Was that reminder needed? Not to that depth at all. But yeah, that's everything I got to say about this chapter now. Yeah, like I said, 2-star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.